Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, as the title suggests, Nina declares war on Carly and Drew. Listen, if they want to sit there and fight, Nina's going to sit there and bring it. And of course, she got her backup, Valentine, Cassadine, which was a Cassadine, then wasn't a Cassadine, then was a Cassadine again. We're going to get into all of that. We got to talk about Bold and the Beautiful. We got to talk about Young and the Restless. And whatever the hell Days of Our Lives is going, I got a short coming out. I'll just I'll leave it like that. And of course, I'm pretty sure people are not going to be happy, but it's the year 2024. It's the year pissing people off. Let's sit there and get a roll call real quick and get this live stream started. Freddie's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Black Ma's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Melly Mel, my heart queen. How you doing tonight? And Janetta's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Cherry Ice Cream's in the chat. How you doing tonight? And I know you watched tomorrow's episode of Young and the Restless, and it was probably good, right? Let's get some music up in here. Where's my damn music at? There we go. Double C's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Yeah, I don't know what the hell they were doing with Days of Our Lives. So I mean, if you liked it and you enjoyed it, more power to you. I'll sit there and say. But yeah, ZK, it's been a minute. It's good to see you again. How you doing? I've been doing my best to sit there and try to clean up the live stream. Autumn, how you doing? I feel like Carly should just ignore Nina and just not feed into the BS because Carly has repeatedly said she does not want to keep up a war with someone she does not care for. Yes. Of course, she did sit there and take the job at Crimson, but yes. If you were Carly, what would you do? I mean, I would keep it moving. Autumn, I would keep it moving. If I said, but also, Autumn, if I didn't want to sit there and start a war, I wouldn't have signed. I wouldn't have took over Crimson. So hope everyone is doing well tonight. But yeah, I also wouldn't have took over. I wouldn't have took over Crimson either. I wouldn't have sat there and said I don't want. I wouldn't have sat there with Sam and said I don't want to sit there and keep up with this feud with Nina. I want to do something better. I want to do something for Bobby and stuff like that. And then in the same breath, in the same episode, take a job at Karina, take a job at Crimson just to spike Nina. So there we go, GKC. Yes, I agree. Are you watching on Hulu? Okay. I'm glad it's actually on Hulu tonight. Cherry Ice Cream. You know how Hulu is. Hulu will sit there and say, yeah, it'll be on at 8 o'clock, and then you may not be able to watch it till like 10 o'clock. Also, as you're coming in, make sure you do hit the like button. It really does actually help. It gets new people into the chat. If you're not a member, click the join button. I gotta sit there and start pushing the membership thing a little bit more. So if anyone is annoyed by that, yeah. But Jerry, you can trust me. When I didn't have my cable box and I had to sit there and watch on Hulu, it would annoy the living hell out of me. Big Nate was good. Everything was good except for Days of Our Lives. Glad to hear that, Double C. It's good to hear that. Yeah, and that's another thing, Mel. Yeah, Amanda was actually pissing me off today. That passive aggressive ish, that was annoying the living life out of me. I'm like, boo, listen, I get that you and your feelings and those two did screw you over, but come on. Don't sit there and say you're gonna forgive them, and then go back and start doing these little jabs here and there. And then have women in the background clap like, yeah, you being all sassy. No, you're not being sassy. You're being annoying. And no man with a 10-foot pole want to sit there and touch you. Like, yeah, Autumn, she didn't so far. She didn't. And it's annoying. Jerry's going to say so far it stopped twice. It's so annoying. Sheree, how you doing tonight? Hope everything is well with you. Yeah, exactly. And it's like it is a form of manipulation. Yes, it's like, oh, you hurt me, so let me. I'm like, bro. I'm like, I'm glad you're back for the people that like you, but so far you just been annoying the living hell out of me. Freddie said Tracy face dropped to the ground when she realized. Yeps, yep. I should tell you, Freddie. Her words stumbled. She stumbled on her words. Yeah, I did. I did a review on The Young and Restless. By the way, not to even sit there and talk about this episode too much, but I don't understand what the hell Lucas is doing. This dude's supposed to be in hiding, but he was all like, "Oh, I miss my family." Okay, I guess you missed a bullet to the head too. Alicia, how you doing tonight? I hope you had a good day. WC says so. Luna slept with Zendaya and RJ at the same week. Guess what happens next? Yep, you nailed it, Double C. You nailed it. Typical class, typical classic soap opera ish. Typical classic soap opera-ish. I love it. Gemini, Nina needs to find something to do if she wants some free time. Damn, her petty is really annoying. Yeah, he's not the only she's not the only one. Drew's doing it too. Autumn says I read that Luna is not going to tell RJ right away. That's going to make RJ assume that Luna cheated on, even though it's not her fault. She unknowingly, yeah, exactly. She made it exactly, and she made it worse. She made it worse. Yes, no, yeah. She did come back to for Jill to try to get the family name in there, which is it's I don't know. It's kind of dumb. It's like Jill, you had all that time to do that before. Like, why are you doing? Why are you pushing this now for? Alicia, I did. I made crab cakes. Oh, sounds tasty. Gemini says if Nina needs something to do, why doesn't she try to save her marriage? Yeah, because that's not going to help. That's not going to help the case with Sunny. Why should Zenny be arrested for? Why should Zenny be arrested for? What are you talking about? Freddie says at least Charlotte got some type of consequences. Exactly. Honestly, tell you the truth, Freddie, yeah, it is, but it's also a slap in the wrist. Slap on the wrist down. Yeah, just a slap on the wrist. He didn't know that. Sure, he didn't know that she was. Well, she wasn't drunk, and she wasn't drunk first of all. And Luna said that he didn't take advantage of her. That Nicolas Cage is in the top. Oh, nice. Okay, that's what's up. Exactly, Gemini. That's what I was like, yo, Valentine kind of annoyed me with that too. Arden says, "What do you think of the whole Sheila and Steffi fight? I feel Steffi for wanting to protect her kids and family, but we all know what happens when you push Sheila too far." That's true, Autumn. On top of that, I'm like, your your child came to her restaurant. Like, what are you talking? Like, that was the thing that was so out of pocket. It's not like she approached them just out of nowhere at the mall or something like that. That was the thing, and then she comes to our house and starts banging on her door. I'm like, what are you doing? But I mean, it was funny watching Sheila get punched in the face. Though. Was good, Darby. Double she said Steffi probably should have left well enough alone. Sheila's unhinged. Exactly. And I hope you had a good day, Darby. Police said, where did Lucas get the fireman uniform? He just keeps popping up. Yeah, I'm like, uh, some of because I didn't have a lot of nice things to say about, and were tried as adults. Yeah, I mean, I get it. That's why I said it was a slap on the wrist. But yeah, I mean, it's just laughable at this point. But I would sit there and say to anyone, if you didn't watch Days of Our Lives, you didn't miss anything, you know. And gorgeous Queen Janice in the chat. Janice says thoughts on Luna and RJ today. RJ is just out of pocket. I mean, well, thoughts on Luna and RJ. I think Luna's a fool for lying, and the fact that she's letting Zende and Poppy tell her to do this is just stupid because eventually it's gonna come out, and she's gonna wind up messing up her relationship because of it. So yes, that's what I think about that. I just don't see chemistry with them. So you're gonna say they showed the intro 3 times. Oh, Hulu's effing up. Cherry Ice Cream. Sometimes when that happens, it's better to log off it and log back on and see what happens. Mel says I got bad news. The Silk series written room for the Silk series has been scrapped except for okay. Jesus Christ. Goodness. Darby says I'm starting to want to put respect on Leah Stark's name. He's showing me that there's more to him than a hypersexual, gay, somewhat sleazy little creep. He can be very yes, exactly. That's the thing, Darby. I do like Leo Starks because he is very complex. You know, he does have that side. He does have the sarcastic side. Um, he has his petty side, but he also does have a kind side too. I think them actually putting Leo Stark on the show is probably among the best things that they've done. Now it says I gotta get news that Long Legs horror movies Nicolas Cage has been okay. Yeah, then I'll definitely watch it tonight. Thank you. Alicia said Leo is still a creep. Everett too. Okay. Alicia said I think Brick is the guy. You mean the guy that's betraying Sunny? Apparently Miss Wu got somebody that's trying to betray her as well. Freddie says community service would have been better for Charlotte. Mm. Well, you're more nicer than I am. What's good, Dolly? Janet says Leo is awesome, great person. Yes, I agree, Janet. That's what I said. Them bringing Leo back was probably among the best things that they could have done. Autumn says Luna keeps saying that Zende didn't take advantage of you, but sweetheart, Zende hopped in bed with and he knew you had a boyfriend. But I think Zende should take his frustration with Ridge and Eric. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, uh, we all had to agree to disagree on that one. Autumn. Janet says not loving the Nikki storyline dragging. Well, Janet, that is YNR. YNR is known for those slow burners. That's the thing. YNR is known for those slow burners. Mel says you're going to love Thursday, 22nd and 23rd to watch Days of Our Lives. Okay. Yeah, that's tomorrow. Okay. Good. Double C says, I think Miss Wu is playing Sunny. Why she still got the mole on her payroll? Well, I mean, she doesn't have the mole on. She didn't sit there and say she had the mole on the payroll. She said that I'll let you talk to the guard. I'll let you talk to the guy that was protecting me if you let me continue doing the poker games. Yeah, exactly. Like Alicia. Freddie says, or at least boot camp for Charlotte instead of dash slap on the wrist for three. Yes. Yes. See, that I agree, Freddie. It needed to be something a lot more than whatever the hell it is that she got. 'Cause I do think that that is BS. Thurston says, I think it worried TY. Who's TY? Tracy Steves, how you doing tonight? Autumn says, instead of Valentine being a bootlicker and helping Nina keep up this petty BS, what he needs to do is tend to that demon he calls a child and stop enabling her BS and teaching her limits. See, I agree with that. Don't know about the whole demon part, but yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you for letting me know, Mel. Definitely be interesting. Billy says I'm gonna miss the actor who plays Doug. He looks so happy when he told it. Yes. I think that was probably the only thing that like I I appreciated. That's the only thing in this episode and in the flashbacks. ZK says I wish Charlotte getting sentenced should have been shown. Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. ZK. Exactly, Alicia. You have to sit there and take another trip to the Pine Barrens. Tracy says, I think it's going to be a for everyone between Nina, Drew, and Carly, and a fourth with the war on each other. Yes, because you got Valentine. Valentine's not just going to sit there and let his girl Nina just, be holding it down by herself. You got her back. That's a good question, Double C. J Blue says, I was wondering why Valentine was blinking at the consequences that Robert gave Charlotte. She got off easy. I rolled my eyes when Nina was saying that Charlotte said this and it wasn't fair. Exactly. But here's the thing, J Blue. I was too, but then you sit there and you're like, well, that is Nina. Nina was sitting there coming at Willow because Willow was doing her job. And Nina's the type of person that's has been getting away with a lot of stuff for a very long time because of her money and her status. Mel says, which I'm not sure. That's the thing, man. I don't really know too much about directors. What's good, Johan? I don't know too much about directors, so I can't sit there and say, unfortunately. Yeah, Alicia, the way that Sonny was sitting there speaking up for Ava, like, hey, listen, she knows the business inside and out. She could sit there and give you some pointers. I was like, whoa, okay. I'm not gonna lie, Alicia, I was surprised by that as well. Billy says, like the Horton history, I'm glad they remembered that Lucas is a Horton and use him in the story. Dolly, I'm glad that you appreciate the episode. I'm glad you appreciate the episode. That is awesome. Um, yeah, I like I said, I didn't like the episode at all. When I saw it this morning, when I was watching, I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Like, first of all, I want to finish watching Young and the Restless, but at that time they already cut it off. So I couldn't watch it. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess I have to sit there and watch Days. And then when I started watching, I was like, Freddie says when Nina kidnapped Ava as a baby, she didn't get no punishment at all. Instead, she was basically at a luxury spa facility for 3 months. Hmm. Now ZK says, why can Willow forgive everyone else except for Nina? Hmm. You got a point, ZK. I mean, she forgave Harmony, and Harmony put her in a cult. See, that's something. Even when I wasn't so much on like Nina's side or saw any value in Nina, I still sat there and said that. Even when I was sitting there calling Nina all sorts of names, I was like, that's still out of pocket. Crystal says, how has Nina been getting away with stuff for a long time? I can think at least 20 years that she wasn't as called a. Well, okay, you got a point. But eh, now, since I got good news that Blumhouse Five Nights at Freddy 2 horror movie will reportedly be filming. Oh, yeah, that's good though. I definitely watch it. I wasn't super psyched about the last one, but I'll watch the second one. Autumn says, "Hey Albert, do you remember House of Wax movie? House of Wax? Yes, yes, I do. Autumn. It had two of the stars from the CW. Chad Michael Murray and whatever that dude's name from Supernatural. Yes, I remember that movie. I always sit there and cringe when a girl gets her finger cut. Um, you know the part is there. You go. Yep. Don't see. That's my guy right there. That's my guy, Dolly, right there. Yes. Yes, Autumn. Like I said, I still remember that part where they cut the girl's finger off with the scissors or the pliers or something like that. Like every time I think about that, that still makes me cringe. Bridget says most of the time, Nina most of the time usually gets her way, especially when you're grown out rich all your life. Dory says Paris was out in these streets trying to win Oscars in those days. Yeah, my whole thing is, Dolly, I never really understood the hate that she got. It's like the chick grew up rich. It's not anyone's fault that she grew up the way that she grew up. Like, I never really understood the level of content that she had. Nate said, did you hear that ABC is set to face trials for claims of religious discrimination from two former crew members at GH who were fired for refusing? Ooh. That's good. I mean, that's bad, but that's also kind of good. Mel says, I got good news that Megan 2.0 has a release date shift to original announcement for their release 2025, but will be released in May. Yeah, well, that's not that far away. Okay. I heard about the way that they're going about it. Dolly says actually she mellowed pretty quickly. I always liked Paris. Yeah, I never really understood. I felt like people just didn't like her because she was rich. Let's be honest. She was rich. She grew up with money, and people just despised her because of that. Elisa says, "Cello guys." I guess that's some foreign language for "have a good night." I guess, Alicia. Yeah, Freddie. It took long. It took long enough. Well, actually, tell you the truth, he's been testing her patience for a hot minute. What's good, Lisa Claus? Lisa says Nina is thinking about Nina as usual. And she's damn sure not thinking about her marriage with this war. Yes, have a good night, Alicia. J Blue says, well, Harmony raised Willow. There's also the Stockholm Syndrome effect probably happening too. Harmony also made an effort to reconcile with Nina before she died. Nina still repeats her bad choices. Yeah, I get that. I just, my whole thing is, oh, okay, thank you, Freddie, and thank you, Darby. I get that. I do. I guess my whole thing is like Harmony did something way more extreme than what Nina did. So I guess for me, I just always look at Harmony's actions and being like, yeah, she tried to make amends and Stockholm syndrome and this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, you sold your daughter to a cult, right? You somehow forgave that. Okay, thank you, Jay Blum. Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't too sure. That's why I was like, okay. Okay, all right, cool, man. It seems like they got the original crew back, so that's good. That's always a good sign. What's good, me, Cobb? And thank you, Freddie. Oh, Chala. Okay, okay. Think I was reading that wrong, Jay Blue. Thank you. Justin says when it comes to deception, BOQ is the princess and Tracy is the queen of evil. I don't understand why Lucy was able to blackmail Brooklyn with information that she didn't even have. Honor says my favorite movie of all time is Halloween. Love Jim Lee Spears, the original Scream Queen. Yes. Dougie says how much crawling does Nina need to do for Willow's sake? OMG, give the woman a break. Dougie says Nina hate is exceeded. Nina gets hate for being Nell's mom. Plain and simple. I mean, Dolly, I think it's a little more. I think it's a little bit more to that than just simply getting hate for being Nell's mom. Freddie says Wendy Williams' life is turning upside down. How? How? No, I'm very curious. Now Lisa says Willow's as bad as Nia. How is that? I'm very curious about that. Crystal said, "Did y'all notice how Ava moved over next to Sunny? Yes, they'll be in the sack before Jason is back. I like that." Jolie says Jamie Lee Curtis is the original screen queen. Jamie Lee Spears is okay. Yeah, that's why when I read it, I was like, "What's good, Dave? I'm doing good. How you doing tonight?" Yeah, Jay Blue. A lot of people seem to saying that Nina's hairstyle looks good like that. I like her hair down, but okay. Mel said the story for Megan 2.0 is going to be rumored to introduce a second doll to go against Megan, so will be a terminate. Man, I hope it plays out better than this sounds because this is the part where I'm starting to be like, hey, this movie ain't sounding so good. This movie is not sounding so good. What's good, Valerie? Lisa says Willow only thinks about herself. Okay. Yeah, well, I don't see it, but okay. Yeah, Jay Blue, I was a little, I was a little confused by that myself. It was good, Valerie. Nobody says maybe Lucy isn't as dumb as everyone thinks she is, and maybe Brooklyn isn't as smart as her grandmother tries. It didn't seem like it made a lot of sense. It was good, Justin. Um, oh, god damn. Okay. Freddie says, well, Albert Wendy Williams' husband cheated on her with a side chick, then got the side chick pregnant. Then Wendy started drinking again, and also she thinks her legal guardian is stealing. Oh, I know that was going on. I remember that going on. I don't remember the part where he knocked her up though. You know what? Let me ask you a question, Freddie. What do you think of Wendy Williams? Do you like Wendy Williams, first of all? I got my thoughts on her, and they ain't good. And part of me is sitting there thinking that Wendy Williams used to do some messed up stuff. And part of me can't help but sit there and think this might be a little bit of karma. I'm just saying. Darby says Lucy Buffoon baffled Brooklyn. Exactly. She came in and she was like, well, what if I tell Tracy that you and Max are scheming? Okay, Lucy, what do you want? She doesn't have any proof that you and her are scheming. What are you talking about? Freddie says, no, but I will watch your show sometimes. Okay. I remember she revealed some information about Method Man's wife or his ex-wife, that she had a disease that she didn't want anyone to know. And when anyone found out and she broadcasted it on the air, and it was such a messed up thing because, she wanted to get that gossip. And she didn't really care that she hurted another human being. And I think that's when I was like, yeah, see, I can't, like, that's when I found that out, I was like, yeah, I don't like this chick at all. Darby says, as a person, I don't like Wendy Williams. And Freddie says, but honestly, I don't like Wendy. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of her. You know, like I don't hate her, but I just remember that one act that she did, and I was like, I was personally disgusted at that point. Jay Blue says, I thought Lucy didn't want to be in the same room as Brooklyn. But how? How? Oh, Darby said Tracy already knew Brooklyn is scheming against her plans to give. Yes, exactly. That's what I was like. It's not making any sense. Yes, you're right, Darby. Monique, people like Steffi keeps pushing Sheila's button. Sheila was minding her own business, and Steffi comes in and starts attacking. Now, if Sheila fights back, Steffi can't say anything. Yep, but you know she's going to sit there and start playing the victim now, Monique. You know she's going to play the victim. Jay Blue says, I never liked the Wendy Williams show. It was toxic. Yes. Yes, I agree. Freddie says she's always putting celebrities' business to the public and have no problems with it, like talking about Beyonce and Jay Z's and so many other celebrities. Yes, she had no problem doing that. That's why when you told me about that stuff, I'm like, as a human being, I want to feel bad for her husband cheating and everything like that, and the drinking and stuff. But then part of me is like, this is called karma, plain and simple. Karma like no tomorrow, but karma that you deserve. Ron, what do you think of Stephanie knocking Sheila to the ground? Rosa says Wendy isn't doing anything that Cat Williams isn't being praised for right now. Oh, yes, that's being praised for. Wow. Cat Williams is another person who have some issues with. Crystal says Wendy loved putting other everybody's business out there. The weekend when her marriage stuff jumped off, she wouldn't even address it on Monday's show. I was done with her then. Yes. Yeah. I mean, my whole thing, Crystal, I don't wish her any ill will, but I can't sit there and ugh. Darby says, Steffi always saying I'm the queen of LA, but cries when Sheila bites her back. Exactly. She's the queen of LA. The queen of effing LA. Mm-hmm. Right, you tell him, Ron. Ron says Steffi was out of line and Sheila should have her arrested for assault and trespassing. That's right, Ron. She knocked that 60 plus year old woman straight to the ground, punched her in her face. Ron, you must have been angry about that. I mean, Deacon and Sheila seem like they doing just fine. They're getting back together. And Steffi came in and punched her in the face because Steffi is the queen of LA. How do you feel about that, Ron? Monique says, now I'm hoping Sheila comes after Steffi keeps poking the bear, it will bite back exactly. And Lisa says Sheila got her on assault now. Here we go. Freddie says it's coming back to bite Wendy for doing all the gossip stuff. The rest of the celebrity personal lives. Now look at herself. Exactly, Freddie. Exactly. Karma. Tony D. How you doing tonight? Now, Jay Blue says, I know part of the reason Spinelli was at Maxie was finances, but I wonder if it is also because the writers want the characters to be around when Jason shows up. That, okay. Vaughn said, I was like, what the F, Steffi? Really? Don't worry. Your time is coming. Ooh, that sounds like a threat. That sounds like a threat. Dolly says Steffi has always been the kind of character that throws stones and hides her hands. I was watching some old clips. Remember how much of an instigator Steffi is. Hmm. It's good to see you again, Tony D. It's good to see you again. And yes, make sure you hit the like button. We got 33 people in the chat. I gotta sit there and see how many likes we have. Okay, we got 21 likes. We got 21 likes. We got 30 people in the chat. So yes, if you're enjoying the stream, hit the like button. Oh, and also shout out to what's his name? Stop talking. General Hospital Online. I think his name is Eric. So yeah, shout out to him because he just got to 1,000 subscribers. So shout out to him. I think his channel used to be called Oh, you're not enjoying that? You're not enjoying that, Ron? But yeah, shout out to him. I think his name used to be GH Podcast, but anyway, he got to 1,000 subscribers, so shout outs to him. Tony D says Nina is her. I got you, Albert. Thank you, Tony D. No, I appreciate that. So yes, 22 likes now. So yes, I think I'm gonna. You know what? Let me cheat. Let me cheat. I'm gonna hit the like button as well. I'm gonna cheat. Okay, so now we got 25. Yeah. All right, so we're getting up there. Jay Blue says I completely forgot that Olivia Jones was responsible. Yes. Tony D says Nina is her own worst enemy. Didn't finish my thought. And Monique said they're terrified of Sheila, but yet Steffi goes to her place of business. Now Sheila can get a restraining order on Steffi and not allow her in the restaurant. Yes, I agree. Wow. Okay, so Jenny, you're another person that liked her hair up. Okay, interesting. 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 I always like when a woman's hair is down, but interesting. I mean, if it looks good up, that's cool. But Ron says so. Steffi thinks Sheila should leave a place that she works at, and if she weren't for Sheila, your daughter won't be a. Ooh, very good, Ron. Very good. See, every now and then, Ron will sit there, make some stuff, and be like, "Yes, if it wasn't for Sheila, her daughter wouldn't be around." Sheila saved Kelly. I guess she forgot that when she came in the house and started assaulting her. Jenna says, I like it for a change, different style for a day or two. Okay. All right, I can appreciate that. Mel says, I told you that Sheila was gonna have to encounter. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Mel. I remember you saying that. Tony did say I think Miss Wu was behind the hit because she was protesting too much today. And Lisa Clapp says Nina did look pretty today. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of people say that. Like Kyresa Smith is saying that. A lot of people are saying that today. And yesterday also. Yesterday as well. Yeah, particularly yesterday. And now today. But one day I will get a proper desk. Duan. I like take no prisoner Steffi. Yes. Steffi Duan, Stephanie is the queen of LA. Okay? She runs itch. Okay? She runs shit. She's gonna sit there. She came in there with that jacket on and everything. Tony D says she does look nice with her hair up. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that's very interesting. Okay. Ron says, Albert, ask this question in the chat. Why Sheila never went to press charges on Steffi for assault? Ron, because Sheila doesn't F with the cops. Okay, she don't rock with cops. That's why. Cops is always think they're trying to take her to jail. She ain't rocking with the cops. She ain't messing with the popo. Tony D says Sonny shocked me giving Nina divorce. Yeah, that was one word for a yes. Lisa Clapp says Steffi was looking evil to me at the end of the show. If she came in with that jacket, she was ready. Like, okay, Steffi little Miss Badass. Everybody says I'm looking at an anime right now on Max called Ninja. Hmm. Man, I miss HBO Max. I got it. Well, when I gotta finish watching Titan, so I definitely will be getting HBO Max. But he says like it doesn't make sense. Now Monique says you can be fearless, but at the same time be smart about it. Yes. And she forgot that she's messing with Sheila Carter. Joanna says I like how Steffi bossed up on Sheila. Yeah, she was also like I said, Steffi's a 10. Steffi is an effing 10. So it had nothing to do with anything. I just want to sit there and say that. But just says you have to read on the last comment. I made a comment about the actress Monique. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Freddie says Monique needs to stop waiting for that apology from Tyler and Oprah because she's never going to get it. They helped her when she was known for the 2009. Yes. Yeah, here's the thing, Freddie. I definitely do have issues with Monique. Not you. I'm talking about the actress Monique. I definitely had issues with her. Um, Monique says bought 2 games, Suicide Squad and Tekken 8. Hard to choose. So I bought both. Haven't played Tekken in a while. The last time I played was Tekken 3. Well, Monique, that's pretty awesome. It's like if you can't sit there and decide on one or the other, just get them both. That's awesome. One says I got the season 3 on Titans and stop watching. Well, why did you stop watching that season 3? Why did you stop watching that season 3, Duan? I'm very curious about that. I mean, you literally have like one more season to go, so I'm very curious about that. I mean, they literally practically announced the end of the series after season 3. Nope, not tonight, Duan. I mean, not tonight. Devlin. I gotta wake up somewhat early, so Duan says I was bored. Okay, I guess I get it. It's just I guess for me it's just a little like if I watch up to season 3 and I know there's only one more season, it's like I might as well just sit there and finish it. But I get it. No, Devlin, no wine tonight. Be waking up early. Ron says, Albert, the only thing that interests me on Days was the flashbacks. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that whole episode. I mean, the flashbacks is cool. So yes, Ron, we're on the same boat about that. The flashbacks was nice, but like, I don't like single, um, like kind of specialty stories, like one off kind of stories. Not a fan of that. And I know Ron Phoenix isn't a fan of that either. They just also put out a video about a cat fight, and I'm just like, I don't understand how we're in 2024 and we're still calling things cat fighting. Duane says it was. I tried to finish Titans. No, I get it. I get it. Have a good night, Jay Blue. I get it. No, here's the thing, Duane. I'm not judging you. Everyone's a little bit different. I guess for me, it's just like when I start watching something, I have to finish it. Um, Even if it's kind of bad, I have to finish it. Um, like I can see if you didn't know that there was going to be more seasons, and you were just like, you know what, listen, I'll just stop it after season three. But if I know it's going to be another season, and I already did 3 seasons, I might as well just finish it at that point. But I get it. There are other things to sit there and watch, so I feel you on that note. Tony D says, so Nina is now the publisher of the Invader. Is she no gonna just publish stories about Carly and Drew? I don't get the point. I mean, she did what's good, Jonathan. She did lay out a good point that even Gregory did agree with. As far as like running a gossip column just to bring you more revenue. And Alexis is on this high horse, snooty attitude. And even Gregory was like, yo, she's right though. Ron says, so but even if Steffi stabs Sheila, she still won't press charges against her for attempted murder. Now she don't mess with the cops. No, and she's a person. I mean, a Deacon could. Davlin says, Albert, what are your thoughts on Crazy Nina, Carly, and Jerome? Um, I'm here for Nina and her messiness, and I think Carly is tied to Drew with the back and forth. Oh, standalone episodes. Thank you, Ron. Yeah, yeah. No, I remember you saying that. I didn't know what it was called though. But yes, Carly is tied to Drew, poking at Nina, and I think she's had enough. But I'm here for the mess of all of it, though. The Haviland, I am here for the mess of all of it. What do you think, the Haviland? Yes, Jonathan. Yes. Selena Wu has finally returned, and I could not be more thrilled. Krista, how are you doing tonight? It's good to see you. Ramez, it's good to see you. Are kind of arguing what to do with Spider-Man 4. Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing, man. I'm kind of cool with that because I'd rather them talk about it than just put out something that may not be good. Um, and after the whole Madam Web thing, hmm, 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 hmm. Monique says, if I was Carly, I would tell Drew, I'm done with this. You want Nina that bad? Go after her yourself. Yes. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Ron, you just said that. Yeah, and baby switching storylines. Okay. Well, Monique, I saw it so that way you won't have to. I did a review on it. So, Jonathan, I didn't like it. It was a standalone episode. It didn't do anything for me. I was cool with the flashbacks, but other than that, I could have not seen it, and I would have been okay with it. What do you think of it, Jonathan? Yes, Davin, I'm here for it. But no, Monique, it was. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that either, Jonathan. I'm not a fan of the baby switching storyline either. It's just like that they're gonna eventually do the whole reveal. It's a stalling tactic, and I'm not a fan of that. Tony D says if Nina wanted to get back at Carly, buy her house and kick her out. Oh, I would love that. Pretty says maybe Spencer showed up alive for this year nurses ball of crazy things happens each year at the nurses ball. That would shock Trina. That would be a good, in my opinion. Yeah, except we would have to get another nurses ball thing, and that just kind of sucks, in my opinion. Cat lady was good. I hope you had a good day, cat lady. Oh wait, what if Drew is the hit? There's been talks about that because the whole programming and stuff like that. Johnson says, I thought the actor that played the younger version of Tom and Alice Horn did a good job. Other than that, the episode was mid for me. Well, Jonathan, you are way more sympathetic than I am, so I give you your props. Daphne says, I love Miss Wu. I still I still say that her and Sunny will make a wonderful couple is something different. Yes, not. It would definitely be bold. I would say that, Daphne. It would definitely be bold. Yeah, no, Tony did exactly what I said. I mean that's yeah, that would be interesting. Yes, Ron. That's why I said I agree with him. That's why I said I agree with him, Ron. Yes, Krista, listen. The GH fans, most of the GH fans are waiting with bated breath. Like, I'm here for it, Krista. I'm here for it. Krista says, glad Nina told Carly and Drew is the reason she's still going after that. Remember, Nina was going to give up until Valentine told her not to. Yes. Krista, yeah. And that's another thing. People are just like, Valentine, why are you doing that? Why are you sitting there allowing this woman to be petty and keep going at these people? Instead of just moving on with your life and then moving away from Sunny. Freddie says, honestly, Albert, I'm not here for the nurse's ball performance. I'm just here for the drama if Spencer shows up. Okay, yeah. Wow, this child is going fast. There's Crystal. Jason needs to take a page from days and remember their past. There are no Hardleys on. Okay. Johnson said she was definitely not a hitman because he was in Port Charles and Sonny and Ava got attacked in the island. That's true. Kimberly, did you enjoy Day Say? Didn't watch again, but I see a lot of people on Twitter. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. Kimberly, I don't. My whole thing is Kimberly. I don't like standalone episodes. That was my whole thing. I don't like standalone episodes. It didn't do anything for me. I know people liked it, and there was a lot of good moments for the fans. It just didn't do anything for me. She was, Freddie. She was. She definitely was. Kelly says, I love how Sonny said to Ava to stay and walk next to him and was given. Yes, Kelly. I think that would be really interesting if they actually put those two together. I would also sit there and think that Sonny is trash for doing that to Nina, but and I agree with that, Freddie. Kimberly says, "Oh, I didn't plan on watching. I might start back next week." Yeah, I just, it just didn't do anything for me. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wasn't mad. I was just disappointed. You know, Tony D said, "You always retcon things, so you never know." That's true. And Jonathan, you're here for the Ava and Sunny. Okay. Oh, that definitely. Yeah, ain't that crazy, Catley? That was definitely in their BFF, but Nina's there taking Ava's baby. She just forgave her for that. What? Yeah, that's the thing. Here's the thing, Kimberly. I've realized in a lot of these soaps that there's times you're just not gonna like certain parts. You may not like characters. You may not like um certain moments. That they may not resonate with you, and that's fine. But I can appreciate that it resonates with other people. Eagle thinks that there's nothing worse than two beautiful women fight. Yes, effing right, Eagle Fang. Yes, I'm glad you saw my review. I was sitting there like, yo, you gotta be kidding me, right? Honestly, to tell you the truth, Eagle Fang, both of those two women came across as a pair of jackasses. Pathetic losers at best. One day, one day, Tony D. Maybe in a, honestly, to tell you the truth, Tony D, I feel like even the writers kind of forgot about that. Daphne says, I thought Morgan was coming back. What happened to Morgan? Well, where did you thought that Morgan was coming back? I mean, yeah, it would, Jonathan. I don't know where people are sitting there getting this whole he's coming back. Kimberly says you don't like Christina and Philly arguing over. Here's the thing, Kimberly. I don't like the fact that two women are sitting there fighting over a man. Seriously, Kimberly, let's just take out Danny for a minute. There's not, there's nothing worse than two women fighting over a man. That's just we could take the aging rock star out of it. Exactly, Darby. Oh, yes, and I agree with that. Devlin says, Albert, did Ava and Sunny fool around yet? Not yet. But you know what? I feel like it's coming. Oh, Cat Lady, you got a crystal ball, somebody on the inside of GH? Eagle fan says Josh and Trina have become boring. I think the writers need to separate them both. Here's the thing, Eagle Fang. I can't take the mopiness between those two. I totally forgot about that. I cannot take the mopiness between those two. Trina's not there having the same conversations over and over and over again. It's like the world's lost its colors, lost its meaning. It's like, God damn, I'm like, I don't care anymore. Kimberly says women backstabbing each other is not right, but they do. No, I know. Women don't seem, women don't like seeing women win. Yes. And then here's the thing, Kimberly, what makes it even worse? When women slut shame other women. When women slut shame other women, there's a certain level of like, it's already bad enough when men do it. So when women do it to each other, it's like, are you effing kidding me? Yep, Tony D, I agree. I agree on that. Yes, and I stand by that too. Kimberly says and they do it all the time. Yeah, and it's a shame. It's an absolute shame. Where's Kyrie? He's hiding because he can't admit Danny is an effing scum. Ryan says, where's Kyrie? He's hiding because he can't admit Danny is an effing scumbag and a loser. Ooh, fighting words. Now says, we all know that who the director is for Spider-Man 4 and if Sony or Marvel wins. Debate if John Walsh is announced director means Sony won and Spider-Man 4 will be multiverse film. Queen Jess is in the chat. And Kimberly says, I can honestly say I've done it. I'm very honest. I'm a very honest person about things. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, Kimberly. I've said stuff that I shouldn't have said, right? We all do stuff that we shouldn't have done. It doesn't make it right. It just makes us human. But it's still not a good look, you know? That's the thing, Kimberly. Um, that's why I don't do the whole slut shaming thing here. You know? Having women call other, having people call even soap characters. I don't like that. Like some people sit there and come at Brooke and they call her the S in the Valley. I'm like, that's not necessary. Jonathan, I have to believe that is better. I have to believe that is better. Will be a street level film. Okay. Well, Mel, I just hope that it's good. I get that, Kimberly, but the thing is, I just don't like it in the chat because I feel like it's one of those things where it's offensive, you know, and it's just one of those things where it's like it's unnecessary. So Eagle fan says I never thought I would say it, but I felt heartbreak for Tracy. Yes, yeah, exactly, Kim. It's like let's just come and just have a good time, you know. I feel like that's such a pathetic insult. It's like we're creative. Let's do better. You know, let's do better than that. Johnson says I think Friday's cliffhanger days will revolve around something interesting and expected by Everett. Yes. Yeah. No, Ron. I'm not a fan of Danny. I'm not a fan of Danny at all. I know Tabby is okay. Trina and Avery, but the fact that they live across the street from each other. What? Oh, that's a sub. I love my shows to be based on fantasy, not reality. Yes. And Jess says a question about B&B, what's the relationship between Steffi and Sheila? Sheila shot Steffi and her son in an alley and left them to die. Sheila is a nut job that has terrorized her family for years. So the thing you need to know is that Sheila shot Steffi and her own son in an alley and left him there to die because she didn't want to get arrested, which is pretty messed up, actually. But yes, that's essentially their relationship. No, Kimberly, no, I don't know all her history. No, but that's cool though. That's cool. No, that's cool, Freddie. And that's the thing. See, this is my whole other thing. People came at the actress that played Esme very hard, and I'm like, they're friends in real life. Yeah, Jess. That's why I don't know if you saw today's episode of Bold and the Beautiful, but when Stephanie came in Sheila's place, she meant business, and she was ready to throw her hands, and I was here for it. Johnson says Sheila was originally a Y&R character. Yeah, but no, I mean that was the most recent stuff that wound up happening, and even that is just pretty messed up. That's not the other stuff. That's last year, pretty much. That's essentially last year. Yes, no, Kimberly, she knows she was definitely in the wrong. I'm like, your kids came to her restaurant. She can't control that. Allison, how you doing tonight? Freddie says, "Wow, but those people coming at her were psychos." Yes, I mean, yeah, there's a lot to mention, Ron. So, just says, well, why is Sheila interested in Steffi's kids? One of her kids is a grandson. That's why. You loved when Christine and see. Okay, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I did not, but I appreciate that you did. Johnson says I can see actress who play Esme playing a younger version of Sheila on B&B for a flashback scene. Davin says when Jason comes back, Albert, in my opinion, there will be no more Carly and Drew. Well, yes. No, I agree with that too. Definitely. That is going to be Drew who. Emily says when Sheila snaps, I want Stephanie to remember the two slaps she has left side. She has left side. Let slide, yes. Again, you know that this one. Here's the thing. This is the thing that I think we can all agree on. Sheila, I mean Steffi, you punched a woman in the face twice. You came in her place twice. This woman shot you and her son and left y'all both in the alley to die. And you think it's a smart idea to assault this woman multiple times, which, by the way, the first time you got shot in the alley is because you confronted this chick in a dark alley. What the were you thinking? Shakira, how you doing tonight? Freddie says, Albert, if I hear correctly, the actor plays Kevin. Guys, yes, I gotta sit there and it's on my Twitter account. I gotta find out why that happened too, Freddie. 'Cause I talked about that yesterday, but forgot to sit there and take a look. You know, yeah, just I think he's new to a relationship. He said he's been with a lot of women before, but I feel like he's just kind of new to a relationship because you can clearly anyone can clearly see that that chick is like bothered. He meant to shoot Steffi. Steffi was right. You gonna start putting hashtags there, Duane? Devlin says, in my opinion, when Jason comes back, there's no Carly and Drew. In my opinion, Albert Jason does need a new love interest, in my opinion. Yeah, no, and they're gonna see. I'm not here for the whole Carly and Jason, but I know people are though. Krista says, Kristen says, Krista says, I think Steffi just signed her. Yes, again, Krista again just says you can tell something is off. He must be neutral. Yes. Johnson says, I'm not what? Crystal says, Spencer has been dead for 2 weeks, so what do you mean Trina trying to say my BF died right before my eyes? But don't worry, I'm cool. I'm not getting what you're saying. I think my issue at this point now, Crystal, is that she's just having the same conversations over and over again. She told Curtis more than once, oh, yeah, me either. Me either, Jonathan. I'm just tired of the same conversations that she's having. It's like, boo, I get it. But every time I gotta see you, it's like I see this mopey version, and I'm not with it. Kimberly says, "Do you think Reg and his kids aren't foresters?" Well, Kimberly, from what I understand, that he's not a forester by blood. Like Eric isn't his biological. They're not biologically related. Freddie says, "I don't understand why they would take his TikTok down." The actor who plays, yeah, I gotta look into it because somebody said that his account was hacked by scammers, but I'm gonna look into it and then I will let people know tomorrow in the chat. Just says so Steffi is with Finn and that Sheila's son. Yes, yes, that is his bio mom, who's also a nut job and a sociopath, and she knew that before she decided to sit there and marry him, and she still married him. Davlin said they crave Nina to confront Sonny about nope, not today. Kimberly says no, Eric didn't adopt him, but he adopted Donna's son Marcus. Hmm. Just said cool, I'm keeping up. I'm glad The show is short. Yes. See, just that's my whole thing. That's the reason why I was able to sit there and review it so much. That's the reason why I'm able to review it because it's literally so short. I think it's like 18 minutes if you stop and think about it. Oh, Maroney. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate that. Mel says I have a feeling that the dirty cops, Officer Goldman, something, something, are working for Clyde. Well, yes. Definitely Goldman. Freddie said Trina's scenes were depressing today. We know Spencer's come back anyway. Exactly. And that's another reason why it's very hard for me to sit there and get into those scenes. Again, not to mention that we're having the same conversations over and over again. Terrible Hulu episode though. Yeah. Trust me, Cherry Ice Cream, I'll feel your pain. Johnson says the same goes with Thomas, Steffi, and RJ. They are biologically Barones. Oh, so they just walking around just carrying the name Forrester all proudly, even though they not. Wow. Krista says you think that Luna will be pregnant. Sweeps weeks. I forgot they still actually participate in sweep weeks. Juan says we think Sheila is his mom because no DNA test. They could have retconned Sheila Carter being Finn's mom any minute. Yeah, I can see them doing some stupidness like that. Have a good night, Havlin. It was really great to see you in the chat. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Now, Ron says, so Albert, the only way Steffi gets put in jail is Sheila tries to kill, if she tries to kill Steffi right in front of witnesses. I guess so, Ron. I think that's going to be the only way, Ron, because Sheila doesn't mess with the popo. Okay, she doesn't rock with the boys in blue. Okay, she does her hardest to sit there and stay away from them. Now, Deacon, on the other hand, he can, Ron says, I think Steffi has went crazy, though, or maybe just let go. She warned Sheila. My whole thing is like, you confronted a sociopath in a dark alley and you got shot for it. You almost died. And now you assaulted this sociopath twice. But we're supposed to feel bad when Sheila decides to come back with the fire. Kimberly says Rick Forrester always brought up them being Maronis. Yet they still walk around and be like, we're Forrester. We're Forresters. Like, okay. Erica's a Forrester. And don't get me wrong, I don't think that blood necessarily defines a family. Just as why is Sheila so crazy? That's a damn good question. No, Crystal, I don't have the patience. I get what you're saying in theory. I'm just not the person. Well, apparently I've been called heartless. Um, I'm very mean. I could be a dick, and a bunch of other names you could sit there and insult me with. But I'm just tired of having the same conversation. That's me though. Freddie says Carly did pretty good with her first Crimson magazine with the cover. Sasha is still too early, but Carly is doing good so far. Yes. Now, just ask why is Sheila so crazy? I'm just like, boo, you went to her place of business and assaulted her. Duan says, hold on. Duan says Albert is probably thinking about being called combative. I've been called combative before. But I've been called worse names, which I'm very proud of, by the way. Being called combative is too nice. No, I've been called worse. Allison says, wonder who's going to write the gossip column for the Invader. Probably that guy Smoltz. Krista says, I think Zendy will become fixated on Luna like Thomas is with Hope. I love how people think they call Zende like terrible and awful and everything, but people praise Luke Spencer like there's no tomorrow. Ain't that a Freddie says, Albert, you're not heartless or a dick. You're entitled to speak your opinion. Just thank you, Freddie. No, I appreciate that. And I was also being kind of sarcastic to a point. But thank you, Freddie. It's like I get it. Trina's grieving and everything like that. I'm not a person that has a lot of patience. And when I see the same conversation going on and on and on, it starts to bother me. Plus, listen, I just came from working and dealing with a bunch of nut jobs and everything like that and just annoying people. I want to get home and I want to sit there and see some excitement. And watching mopey Trina doesn't do it for me. I need something to perk me up, not bring me down. Kimberly says Brooke and Taylor are always being nosy and minding someone else's business. Yes, but I also felt like Brad Bell really didn't like Taylor. Just as I get weird vibes from Zendy, I don't see him leaving Luna alone. Yes, and plus, let's be honest, he's in a position of power. I feel like that's a bad look for the office. You know, a little Me Too action. I'm just saying. Emily says exactly. 2020 fans, everything makes them mad. Oh, Kimberly, I'm going to sit there and put out a video tonight that's going to make some people mad. Thank you, Kimberly. Yes, tonight I'm actually going to put out a video that's going to make some people mad. They brought Zende back. Oh, no, they brought him back for a reason. They ain't bring him back for nothing. They gonna put that man on a cross and pretty much kind of crucify him at that point. They ain't bring him back for nothing. Kind of weird, though. Not that I want to sit there and bring the whole race thing into it, but it's like, so now they brought him back, and people are saying that he is coming across as somebody who took advantage of a woman that couldn't consent on Black History Month. Just saying, not doing a race card. I'm just saying though, just want to point that out. Mel says, I hope their merry-go-round nonsense with Dan, Christina, and Phil to end because, yeah, like I said, I find all three of them to be super annoying. Like, I give two shits about either of them. Yes, I remember you saying that, Ron. Yeah, and I can see where you're coming from. Kimberly says, in 6 month Bo would throw away Thomas or RJ. That's what I'm talking about. They brought Denny back for the storyline. Yeah, man. Like I said, I did not give. I didn't care. And honestly, like I said, watching these women fight over a man is just pathetic. Let's just put it this way, just to be fair. Two of anybody, two men or two women fighting over a man or a woman is just pathetic. Point blank. Period. I don't care if you're a man or if you're a woman. It's just pathetic and it's not a good look. Just in case anyone wants to say, "Oh, you're being sexist." Well, Freddie, Sonny seemed like you can trust Dante. Dante is going to be a new favorite child now. Johnson says, do you think Drew will plan another retaliation attack? Yes, I do, Jonathan. Ooh, speaking of that, the real Andrews, or Andrews, Taggart. So I read an article, and from what he said from the interview, it seemed like it wasn't his choice to leave the show, or it seemed like it wasn't his choice to like kind of get put in the back seat. It seemed like it was a decision of the show to kind of not use the actor that plays Taggart, which is absolutely utterly ridiculous. I don't understand that. Trina's going through so much right now, and yes, she has Curtis, but she also needs Taggart. And for some odd reason, the show's like, no, 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 no. We gotta sit there and put Maxie and Spinelli back together. What the? Dewan, I just think that because she's not part of the mob, that she didn't want her knowing her business. I don't think it has anything to do with not liking. Valerie says Tiger might come back. Really? Hmm. What you get that from? Ron says Brad Bear really effed up Deacon and Sheila love story. He could have written her having a baby storyline. My guy, my man Ron is really wants that baby storyline. You fight for it, Ron. You fight for whatever. Okay, I'm done. Um, Bradley says one of those GH sites. Be careful. Be careful. Just saying. Johnson says real Andrew Taggart played a character on Days once. Nice. Okay. I came with the Aiden. Oh, Xander is coming back to is still becoming for Thomas. Yeah, I remember you saying that. I'm interested in that storyline. Emily says then he didn't know Luna was blank. I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem either, but I've seen a lot of people Smith did just being out of pocket with their comments, saying that he took advantage of her, it's all his fault, blah 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 blah. And yet those are the same people that praise Luke. Same people that praises effing Luke Spencer. When she was high on pills, same say he blanked her. Yeah, Kimberly, this is actually why I'm glad that they're doing the storyline, because stuff like that, it's really a situational matter. It's not black and white. And I think that people a lot of times get so much in their feelings for whatever odd reason, they don't think of that. Dolly says, should we start a petition for a Sheikah baby? Well, Ron is like the head of the committee for that. No, here's the thing, Kimberly. I think at the very least, it opens up conversations and dialogue about that. Krista says, "Oh, true," because you don't think a diamond needs love. Gregory, Tracy, okay. And Kimberly's, oh, Kimberly says Sheila is too old. Kimberly says Sheila is too old to have a baby. You hear that, Ron? She's too old to have a baby. She's a senior citizen. Okay, she don't need to be having a baby. She needs to be sitting there thinking about what she's gonna do with her retirement money. Okay, I'm done now. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Um, Johnson says Sheila barely acknowledged the other. Johnson says Sheila barely acknowledged the other children she already has. I mean, that's true too. Uh, Duan, she didn't. He didn't dump Sheila. They're still living together. Oh, exactly, Freddie. Yeah, Ron is in his. Ron is. Listen, Ron is very strong about that. Yes, he feels very strong about that. Dolly says Sheila is only 120 years young. She can have loads of babies. And Kimberly says, my opinion, no, no one 50 and up should. No one 50 up needs to have a baby. Yep. She's Yep. I'm sorry, I don't have any more sarcastic jokes about that, so I'm just gonna defer to Kimberly and keep moving. Oh, hold on. Ron says no. She ain't all no. Ron says no. She ain't too old to have a child, and Tabitha was much older, and she had Endora. And that show was called Passions, and Passions was a show about witches and warlocks. So if Tabitha can have a child that's on a completely different show with completely different rules on reality, then hell come high water, Ron wants what he wants. I should stop. I really should. I sh- I really should stop. And Kimberly says it was stupid on passions. Mm, mm. Kimberly said I wish someone would have told that 50 up rule to the GH before we got. Ah, yes. Freddie, Dolly speaking facts. Have a good night, ZK. Kimberly says days Nicole was too old to get pregnant. That's right, Kimberly. I mean that's right, Ron. Nicole was too old to get pregnant. How you feel about that, Ron? I really should stop. Kimberly says, but they just had to force an Eric and Nicole baby. Yeah, now Sloan is there jealous of a newborn. Billy said, yep, Nicole was knocking on 50 getting pregnant. Johnson says, do you think I have a chance to make an Eastwick Lane? Yeah, absolutely. No, I do believe that. Freddie says, so when the baby grows up, the kid's going to think Sheila is their grandmother instead of she's the mother. Now that's going to be awkward. Freddie, you know it's awkward? Robert De Niro actually having a child. Robert De Niro actually having a child. That's awkward. Tony D says, why does Ryan want his baby? Yeah, Robert De Niro actually having a child. That's awkward. That kid's going to be in high school, and his dad is going to be like his great grandfather at that point, right? Yes, yes, exactly. And yes, it's crazy. Even he said it's crazy. Yes. But you said, yeah, I heard about that, Albert. I saw how when I saw the magazine, I was like, you know what? At this point, this is the definition of having too much money. I mean, Krista is a member. Oh my God! Thank you for becoming a member. You're gonna have a lot of fun in these member chats. You're gonna have a lot of fun in these member chats. Crystal said, "What is wrong with Leo?" Um, Nothing's wrong with Leo. Not talking about Leo. We're talking about Olivia having a child at the age that she shouldn't be having a child at. No, no one said anything about no one said anything about Leo. That's what's up. Thank you, Krista. Krista, Krista. I have a crystal here, and I had another crystal, and now I have a Krista. So yes, thank you for becoming a member. That is amazing. Billy says Eric and Nicole are old enough to be Jude's grandparents, and while we're at it, what miracle of science had Krista having Rachel? Okay. Ron says, Albert, I want Sheila to breastfeed her baby. I should have ended this chat a few minutes before. Crystal, do you understand? I mean, Cherry Ashman, do you understand how hard it was for me to sit there and try to read that? Oh, let me check that out. Hold on, Kimberly. Emily says Bridget implanted Taylor with Brooke's egg, and Ridge made Bridget choose. She chose Ridge. This is when I stopped liking Brooke. She will always be trash to me. Okay, no, I get that. Yeah, no, okay, no, Kimberly, no, I get that. Yeah, Freddie, that's why I was just. I'm sorry, Kimberly. It took me a minute because Kimberly says, "Do you think she had another son?" You know, I'm not sure. I mean, Kimberly, I only been watching the show for about 2 years, so I don't know. Mel says, I have a feeling that Regina Edwards has Nicole, that is Xander's ex-wife. Yes, I heard about that. I heard about that, Mel. I saw that on Instagram. But I'm sorry I missed your comment, Emily. I was too distracted by what yeah, Crystal, that yeah, that seems about right. That seems about right. But he says, I'm still trying to process what the hell. Yo, they never bring up Nicole. Yeah. You know, Freddie, I'm trying to process what he just said. Oh, Rain Ed. Okay. Rain Edwards, thank you. Earlier says I feel like GH has way too many damn kids. We why can't we send them all to boarding school like back in the day? Just says LOL, but not Tracy getting her feelings hurt. I did feel bad for Tracy though. Just no, but thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate you always. Emily says my opinion Bold is rewriting history because they think we are stupid to remember. Yeah, I can see them doing that, Emily. They do that a lot on GH. They do that a lot on General Hospital. So I don't even think so much that they think that we're stupid. I think that I think it's just easy for them to write it. They're just lazy, to be honest, in some situations. And Allison felt bad for Tracy today. Tanja, you took. Oh, let me try to tag you. Hold on. And you too. Okay, Tanja. Ambassador Sam was good. Emily says, why not send them upstairs, kids, and then 2 months later recast them grown? I remember when they did that a lot on GH. Exactly. Let's everyone say something back. Oh, Tanya. The J is silent. My bad. Tanya. Thank you for joining. I hope you had a good day. Also, I'm sorry I mispronounced your name. Yes, Freddie. I give Ron a lot of props. Robert, do you want Everett to knock up Sheila so Patch and Kayla will be um I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really phase me one way or the other. But thank you, Tanya. And thank you for being cool about it. I'm very bad with names that I've said multiple times. Glad to hear that, Ambassador Sam. Kimberly says, why not Victoria and Nick went to summer camp and came back different people? Yes, the chick that plays Katie used to be um used to be Victoria. Now Kimberly says, I want Everett to go back where Nick is. You mean Nick Fallon, Kimberly? Tony D says Tracy didn't even get to shoot her shot because Alexis blocked that. Well, to be fair, Gregory asked her first. So, okay. Here's the thing. For me, I guess coming late because I'm new to the show. It's like I can only see her as Katie Baby. Freddie says, I saw your short about Adam Huss. What you thought of it, Freddie? I'm pretty sure I'll probably piss some people off. Ron says the ratings would fly up if Belle raised Sheila having a child. Not boring Taupe. Damn, Jess said, ew, are they actually putting Tracy and Gregory together? Guess you're not a fan of it, huh? Mel Sauber, there's no date confirmed yet. When Rain Edwards returns is Nicole. Okay. Oh, Krista, listen, I had a hard time to sit there and kind of read that without laughing or gagging or both. Kimberly says Ben is Alex, Gwen is Teresa, Nick is Everett. Why? Here's the thing. I'm cool with Ben being Alex. Nick, he was going to do something really disgusting to Gabby, so I'm fine with that. But this whole Gwen to Teresa, yeah, it ain't working. It ain't working. Now, Freddie says, I mean, Tyler Christopher originated the role of Nicholas, but it doesn't bother me. Adam Huss is doing a job. Yeah, is doing a job at it. Yeah. My whole thing is, Freddie, it's like people, I feel like people, they get annoyed by the wrong things sometimes. Like they complain about the wrong things. I'm like, we only got 4 soap operas. All right. And maybe we shouldn't be sitting there getting mad at who's going to be paying Nicholas or I don't want this person playing Nicholas. It's like, there is 4 effing soap operas. This is what we want to sit there and be spending our time on? Johnson says Rome used to be a character named Chris on on what show? General Hospital? Kimberly says they made Hope too goody good. She turned into a pushover. Well, now she's channeling her inner Logan, whatever the hell that means. Billy says, "I like Alex and Everett, but the Gwen Reset thing is silly. The funny thing is, the Alex scamming story could still work with Gwen." And Duane says, "Good question." Yeah, I'm just like, y'all focus on the wrong things. Like, Freddie says, "Honestly, don't care. Adam Plus is doing okay as Nicholas." Yeah, my whole thing, yeah, Tyler Christopher definitely did that roll up. There's no question about that. But I mean, Marcus did a fine job as well. I'm not married to a particular Nicholas, As long as you do a good job, I'm cool with it. Emily says, "I'm not mad. I'm actually enjoying Alex and Teresa. I didn't like I didn't like the actor as Nick or Everett." Okay. Just says, "I really hope they don't push Natalie and Maxie." Why are you not a fan of that? I'm very curious. Why are you not a fan of that pairing? Ron says, "Albert, to be honest, I'm hoping Everett has a twin so Jada can shut her damn ass. I leave Stephanie alone and mind her effing business." Ooh, Ron. Ron coming in with I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do feel that way about Jada. I'm like, you need to kind of just like take that edge down a little bit. Mel says, "I got good news that Teresa is going to be on next week." That that doesn't seem like good news, but okay, thank you for letting me know. Johnson says, "I like the actor who plays every." Yeah, I like him too. He reminds me of that actor that played in that movie, She's Out of Your League. Jay something. Just said they have been there, done that. It's not giving anymore. Hmm. Okay. Billy says Gwen is a con artist and she hates Xander. Plus, she has a little history with Alex, so she could con him. Hmm. Allison says Spinelli and Max here are like watching two siblings. Any romance they give just makes me it. Hmm. Oh, okay. But he says, of course, everyone can't play the role the same, but that doesn't mean they should be attacking them on social media or in person. It's just foolish, and they're just doing. Yes, and I agree, 100 effing percent. I agree with that. Johnson says he reminds me of the actor who played Morgan on GH. Man, I wonder what he's up to. Kimberly says Nick was a bad guy who brings the actor back to being a bad guy again. Help me understand. Well, to be fair, let's see how this plays out if he's actually a bad guy in this one. Um, because like I said, Nick Fallon was about to, what, Gabby. So, oh, good trouble. Okay, thank you, Dolly. I was wondering what happened to him. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I don't know, Kimberly. I want to see how it plays out first before I label him one thing or the other. Because Jada seemed like she already is convinced that he's the scum of the earth and Jack blank. Ooh, okay, that's bad. Oof, okay. Goddamn. Well, says I wish they would bring back Chelsea or Melinda so we can get Stephanie. She's just a runner-up chick. I'll give her a time exactly. Yeah, but yeah, no, that's yeah. Yeah, I didn't. Like I said, Kimberly, I only been watching for like maybe 2 or 3 years. So anything prior to that, it's new to me. Johnson says the actor Blake said Everett is closer to who he is in real life. The opposite of Nick. Well, yeah, anything that's the opposite of Nick Fallon has got to be a good thing. Damn sure got to be a good thing. Have a good night, Freddie. And speaking of that, I'm going to sit there and end the live stream here. But I do want to thank everyone for joining. This was actually a lot of fun. Appreciate y'all all. I was actually only planning on doing an hour and a half, but now these soap chats go. When we have a good conversation, we just keep it going. So, yes, have a good night, everyone. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Freddie. Have a good night, Kimberly. It was good to see you. Have a good night, Duan. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a good night, Tony D. Have a good night, Tanya. Well, we can always hope, Tanya. Have a good night, Melly Mel, my heart queen. Have a good night, Duan. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a good night, Queen Jess. Have a good night, Queen Janet. Have a good night, Krista. Have a good night, Crystal. Have a good night, Dolly. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Ronnie Ron. Have a good night, Queen Mel. Johnson says, I think Melina should return to days and pair with Alex. Join us next time for another edition of Soap Chop with Upper Bostic. Thank you, my friend Jonathan. I appreciate you always. And again, have a good night, Freddie. Tanya. Have a good night, Allison. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Duan. And if I missed anyone, you know exactly who you are. What, Blackmail wasn't here tonight. Have a good night, Tracy Steves. Have a good night, Valerie. Yes, and make sure you hit that like button on the way out because it really does actually help. Have a good night, Ambassador Sam, the great. Appreciate you always. Thank you for your time. But Freddie, thank you for being here because you are part of what makes this fun. I always appreciate you. And like I said, and there we go. Have a good night, Krista. I hope Nick Newman is not Luna's dad as what? I'm not gonna lie, that would be one hell of a twist. At least they could have sit and acknowledged the fact that they are in the same universe. So yes, John, like Johnson says, make sure you hit the like button on the way out because it really does actually help. And again, thank you, Jonathan. And I will see y'all in the next live stream. Laters.